Bernardine, what was the last thing you bought online?
Oh my God, you're gonna.
Say the one that you were going to say, not the one that you now are thinking to revamp. Bernardine, how does a company price their products for overseas consumers?
So pricing is can actually be very challenging because you're dealing with a number of different countries, different regions, and there's a certain amount of consistency that you want to have. A consumer can now look at your U.S. site, your Canadian site, your European site, and your Chinese site, let's say, and see the difference in pricing. However, many of us need to have different pricing in different countries. So the first key is know what your pricing strategy is and know what you have to do as a business. It's got to work for you first. But then in terms of what are your competitors pricing, then you kind of have to arbitrate between what do you want to price it at and what are your competitors pricing at. Another critical element of this is being kind of transparent about it. So on sites where you can say, we've had to add a VAT, or we've added pricing because of this, or a landing fee. Just like the way in here in the U.S., where we want to see our shipping cost as early as possible, right? And we're willing to put in our zip code in order to find out what our shipping cost is earlier on in the checkout process now than we used to be. So that transparency, I think, is also important to conveying your pricing or what's behind the price. And that doesn't mean you have to plaster it all over your website, but a link behind it or some messaging, I think, is important. There's a lot that factors into foreign selling, like duties and taxes, that we really aren't used to here. And so becoming obviously aware of that is very important. The other piece is probably price sensitivity. Does a 5-cent change or a 50-cent change or a $5 change make a big difference to that consumer over there? When someone is in Korea and they're buying a luxury product, actually that price sensitivity is not so great. We have clients in Russia, and when they're the price sensitivity there is even greater. They're more focused on, can I get the product? And is it authentic?
Bernardine, can you talk a little bit about how a company could address their gray market challenges from a pricing standpoint?
Sure. Well, as we talked about this, the pricing, there's above the product pricing. I think what you're talking about is within the product pricing, it can vary from country to country and region to region. You may be intentional in setting your price above or below what your domestic price is, for specific reasons. But what you have to be careful of is the arbitrage that can happen between that. So an American consumer can see that price is less on a French site, and then now they're ordering it through the French site, and that might create that cost of delivery might actually be more expensive. But probably less worrisome than a consumer doing that is you're creating that arbitrage opportunity for opportunists. And there are companies that are doing this now that are looking for that difference, and then that's essentially what creates a gray market. So I'd be careful of that as well. It's important to show all the information about what is going to be the total cost to the customer. So you may show what the product is, but whether it's taxes, duties, and landing fees and so on, try to include as much information as you can so that customer isn't surprised. No one likes a surprise at checkout. Right. And so having that visibility is really important.
Pop quiz time. Bernardine, what was the last thing you bought online?
I am a huge Halloween fan. And every year I throw a big Halloween bash. You should come.
Yeah.
You all should come. And we decided we were going to be Suicide Squad. Okay. So Harley Quinn wig.
Awesome.
Not what you expected,
Yeah,
huh?
no, that's great.